Welcome back, fanboys and fangirls, to Nerds on Topic. This is Kevin, your solo nerd, and today I'm bringing you the news for November 11th through November 18th. So let's get into it.
Ready? Pick it up now! With the nerds, we're on topic. 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 Hot.
How's it going, everybody? Good to, hear from all of you again. This is Nerds on Topic, and I am once again Kevin, your solo nerd. And it has been a hell of a week. So, this is going to be my last week recording in California. My apartment manager is evicting me, and I am in the process of moving across the country. So, to everyone that I have met and known here in California, it has been amazing meeting and knowing you. Thank you all for making the last 9 years as memorable as they have been. Has it been 9 years? Jeez, I don't even remember anymore. That's crazy. So that's my biggest news for the week. Crazy, I know, but hey, shit happens, right? I just don't feel like fighting to stay in a fucking city that, is this shitty as it is, really. I was living in Bakersfield, which is where I am currently, but I will be moving to, I think, either North or South Carolina, one of those two places that my family is currently living in. So, once again, I'm going to take a nice long sip of my coffee. Yeah. Don't forget that drinking game, everybody. Every time I take a drink, you gotta take a drink. Fuck. Yeah. It's been one interesting week. And honestly, all of this happened yesterday. So, yeah, crazy. Let's get into things, though. I don't want to hold you up too long. As you guys know, this is Nerds on Topic, and every Monday, I bring you a brand new episode for the news from the previous week, so you don't have to go back in the weekend, waste hours of your time like I do, looking everything up, and just getting a general idea of what's going on in the world of pop culture. So I bring you movies, TV, video games, sometimes board games, anime, manga, and comic books. So as always, I'm going to start off with the movies. And I'm going to start off with something that's a little bit of movies, a little bit of anime, because Netflix has just announced that they are starting production of their Cowboy Bebop series. Wait. Shit. Did I put this in the wrong section? I think I might have put this in the wrong section. I don't remember if it's a series or if it's a movie, but they're doing a live-action Cowboy Bebop, and it's going to start production in April. Then, on top of that, we got James Cameron announcing that they have officially finished filming, for at least the main cast, the Avatar series. All 4 extra movies they're making have finished filming. So we're going to meet up with Jake Sully again and all the other Na'vi as they fight and find a way to gather all their people across the, 4 nations? I don't know. This sounds a lot like Avatar The Last Airbender all of a sudden. Going on from there, it looks like Child's Play, the reboot they're doing, has officially announced their release date and a interestingly wonderful, chilling poster with the catchphrase, "He's more than just a toy, he's your best friend," on it as its tagline. That looks fucking amazing. Can't wait to see that. And it's set to release on June 21st of 2019. So keep an eye out, all you horror fans and just Chucky fans. We will be getting a new installment in that soon. And then this one literally came out of nowhere for me. I think it came out of nowhere for everyone. The Leprechaun returns. So, good old boy Leprechaun has decided to come out of retirement after getting shoved in a well for God knows how long. And it's getting a fully digital sequel this year, actually. Not even that long from now. It's gonna come out on December 11th. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting, to say the least. The makeup looks good, though. It looks ancient as fuck. But it also kind of gave me a Yoga Hoosers vibe. For those who don't know what Yoga Hoosers is, it's a film done by the legendary film director Kevin Smith, actually starring his daughter and Johnny Depp's daughter as clerks who end up taking on Snazis, which are sausage Nazis. Little tiny little Kevin Smiths dressed up as sausages that are also Nazis. Yeah, with blood made of sauerkraut. Fun shit. Going on from there, we have a new remake coming out also from the classic Western movie from 1952, High Noon. Not much is known about it yet. I didn't even see who was producing the movie or who was publishing the movie, but yeah, that has been announced. And then a small synopsis of Godzilla vs. King Kong has actually been released. As the filming for Godzilla King of the Monsters is officially finished. Not just filming, the whole movie is actually finished and coming out soon. The synopsis has been dropped for Godzilla vs. King Kong, which is coming out in 2020, and it reads, Monarch embarks on a mission to uncharted lands and to hunt down clues for mysteries to discover the origin of the Titans. Oh, I love that. So it looks like they're going to be filming in Hawaii, which means we might be returning to either Skull Island, or mayhaps we're going to be getting some tropical island scenes, a la Godzilla vs. King Kong back in fucking what, 1950? No, not even 1950, like 1962, I want to say. I don't remember. Go back and listen to my Godzilla episode. To find out when that had happened. But yeah, I'm excited. Can't fucking wait, dude. Like, they've been announcing a bunch of people for it, and I am hyped as fuck. That was weird. That I'm done. I'm not gonna say anything else like that. Jared Leto, who we all know as the Joker currently, has let on that his time as Morbius will start soon, as he posted a video of him shaving off his beard for the role. Yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. It's going to be a spinoff of the Venom movie and the Spider-Man movies, though I don't know if they're ever going to actually interconnect. Yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. Morbius is a pretty interesting character. Going from there, we got Dan Aykroyd from Ghostbusters has hinted that Ghostbusters may be coming back, and that the script for Ghostbusters 3 is actually already in the works of being written. So, yeah, so can't wait to see what happens with that. As we all know, we all want new Ghostbusters, and that the, 2016 Ghostbusters reboot with a whole female cast was underwhelming, to say the least. Can't wait to see what they do with this. I want to see if they're going to use CG or practical effects like they did back in the 1980s. And yeah, I want to see what happens with that. I love Ghostbusters. I'm actually wearing my Ghostbusters shirt right now. And the last little bit of movie news. Detective Pikachu. I know early screenings for it were positive, saying that Ryan Reynolds is amazing as Pikachu, and his chemistry with the main character was very believable and interesting. So I'm excited to see that the trailer for it has dropped, and the CG is very interesting. Not bad at all. Though they actually did get some of those people who do like the realistic Pokemon drawings on the internet to work on it. So that's really cool that they're reaching out to fans to supplement the whole design team. That's really cool. I thought a lot of the designs look kind of familiar, but they got this little bit of an uncanny valley look, because we're all just used to looking at like what mostly resembles pieces of plastic on a 3D plane. So this is very weird, seeing fur, feathers, and Mr. Mime and his creepy noseless face and rubber ball like shoulder pads as he mimes. So weird. And did you know that fucking one of his like Pokédex entries says that he marries people's moms? That is weird as shit, dude. Anyway, that is all I have written down for movies as we head into television news. And actually starting off a little bit of happy note, no lawsuit is going to keep her down. Sabrina not only is in the middle of filming season 2, but is also going to be releasing a holiday special this year, which will be premiering on Netflix on December 14th. I'm excited to see. I think it was called like The Witching Before Christmas or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm excited to see it. I loved the series. And what else is happening with Netflix? Well, we have an announcement for Big Mouth Season 3, F is for Family Season 3, a series of unfortunate events, is getting its 3rd season on January 1st. And Stranger Things Season 3 has ended filming and will premiere next summer. Whew! So excited. And on top of that, a little bit of interesting news. Netflix is testing out a new type of subscription. So they're testing out cheaper subscriptions for people who only watch Netflix on mobile devices. Supposedly that's also going to include like Rokus and Fire Sticks and of course, phones and gaming devices. So I'm excited to see what that. It looks like they have it reduced down to $4 a month, and the current testing market is actually in India and Malaysia, because apparently, like, the amount of content they take in on their phones is more than America. Whew! That was a lot. Okay, so Buffy and Angel Rider Marty Noxon, I think that's how you say her name, has signed up with Netflix for a 4-year contract. She's known for, of course, giving like main female leads who are strong protagonists voice and stuff like that. I'm excited to see what they do with her. I didn't see any kind of news on what kind of projects she will be working on. Going from there, Robert Downey Jr. Is producing a new TV series for Hulu based on the Image comic Sweet Tooth, which is a weird post-apocalyptic fantasy world following a deer boy as he sets out on his own for the first time. Excited to see what they do with that. It's got a very interesting art style. Who, you know, kind of looking at it, the main character looks like a very young Johnny Depp with horns. Yeah. Hulu is also adapting a popular original George R.R. Martin series into a show, but not one you would be suspecting. Most people only know George R.R. Martin for his Game of Thrones series, but he actually did a pretty popular comic book series, kind of a universe of his own, called Wild Cards. And Hulu has announced that they're actually going to be doing a series of different shows based on his Wild Cards universe. So it looks like Hulu is jumping in on the superhero universe, much like DC, Marvel, and Netflix. Let's see where it goes with that. Pretty interesting, because Wild Cards has a very interesting premise to it. Let's see. Going from there, Swamp Thing has started filming. Yay! DC has also remarked that it has casted John Cryer from 2.5 Men as Lex Luthor for the Wonder Girl series. Okay, I'm going to stop talking like Kermit the Frog. This is really weird. I cannot see John Cryer playing Lex Luthor. He is way too happy, way too nice looking, even when he's bald. He looks and sounds absolutely nothing like I would imagine a Lex Luthor sounding. So I am interested to see what they do with this. Supergirl isn't necessarily my favorite of the DC CW shows, but it is still an interesting one. So let's see what they do with the younger brother from 2.5 Men, who is the awkward, pathetic one, as one of the most intelligent, strong, and self-empowered men on the planet. Yeah. So that's it for TV news. As we now move into gaming, coming November 20th, or I should say tomorrow, since it's November 19th right now, new Spider-Man DLC which is a continuation of the Heist DLC they released not too long ago, will be released, and it is actually a continuation of it, and it is being called Turf War, because we all know, if you finish it, that it left off on a hangover. No, it left off on a cliffhanger. I know what I'm talking about. That wasn't a Freudian slip at all. So, going from there, we got some Pokemon Go news. Pokemon Go has introduced more Gen 4 Sinnoh Pokemon and a new evolution stone for the Pokemon that evolved from Pokemon from previous generations, including like Honchkrow, and what else? The Electabuzz and Magmar evolutions, who, like, what is it? Magmortar and I don't even know. I really didn't like the Electabuzz line. What else? I didn't even really like the Magmar line, but Magmortar is easy to remember. Fuck. Yeah. So we got those coming. It's called the Sinnoh Stone. It's stupid. I don't know why. Why not just let us evolve it like normal? I mean, I understand for maybe the Magmar and Electabuzz evolutions because they actually required an item to evolve, but I don't believe Honchkrow needed an item to evolve from Murkrow. Or, Snivile into Weavile. Yeah. But anyways, on top of that, we've got, there's a new event going on in Pokemon Go for Meltan. You are now able to complete a series of Pokemon Go missions from Professor... Why am I suddenly blanking? Willow? No, not Willow. No, it's not Oak. Not Juniper. Wow, I'm suddenly blanking. Sycamore? Professor Sycamore, I think? I want to say it's Sycamore. It's one of those trees. But yeah, you can take on a series of missions from him in order to unlock the legendary Pokemon Meltan, which also has an evolution, Melmetal. I don't know. The antithesis of Mewtwo, basically. Going from there, speaking of Pokemon Go, Harry Potter has released a trailer for its new ARG, Wizards Unite, which will be dropping next year. You can go check out the website right now, which I think wizardsunite.com, which will be pretty interesting. In other mobile gaming news, Blizzard has officially started production on mobile games for all of their major IPs. So I know they were talking about wanting to do it last week, or the week before last. This time they are officially starting that. So I'm interested to see what they do with everything. I wonder if they're going to just keep Hearthstone or if they're going to do like a separate World of Warcraft or /Warcraft mobile game. I know they didn't plan on Warcraft 4 at all. So maybe they're going to do like a mini RTS or something like that. I don't know. I'm interested in seeing what they do with that. And yeah, so Forza 4 has announced that they have new DLC coming out called Fortune Islands, which will have you driving through the British Isles up into like Scotland and stuff like that. And the release date for that has been labeled as December 13th, just in time for the holidays. And honestly, with Black Friday coming up and Cyber Monday coming up and with the holidays coming up, if it's not out now, it won't be out for a little while. So the only news going on in video games is mobile shit and a crap ton of Black Friday deals. Like, so many Black Friday deals. It's stupid. But saves money, which is something I need right now. That brings us, though, into our fourth little segment, which is anime and manga. Whew. I will be right back, and I will be, yeah. Hello, intrepid adventurers, and are you bored with your everyday life? Fear not, we have a solution. Come and check out our host, Kevin, at his Instagram, at Not Coffee. That's coffee with a K. Check out his art and see what's going on in the mind of our host. Who knows, you might just find a new thing that you can check out every day. now we return back to our regularly scheduled program. Okay, so some interesting anime news to start everything off with. Two guys in Japan, who not even in the same area, were arrested last week for selling fake, counterfeit Dragon Ball Hero cards. And I do believe Dragon Ball Hero cards back there in Japan are actually used for the arcade cabinet, which allows you to save data and for stuff for your heroes. But yeah, so they were arrested for selling thousands of fake Dragon Ball Hero cards, which is fucking hilarious. But in some more serious news, the series creator for Akira, Katsuhiro Otomo, is actually still working on an all-new full-length manga. Revealed in an interview, he has actually been working on the same manga since 2012. He says that it's hard for him to even stop writing, and he couldn't think of what it would be like to not write. But it's so interesting. I can't wait to see what the creator of one of the most influential anime/manga of all time is cooking up. Who knows what kind of revolution he'll bring this time. Speaking of revolution, Revolutionary Girl Otoma? Never mind. That was a failed attempt. And moving on. Made in Abyss has two collaborative movies coming out in January. I think on like the 9th and the 15th or some shit like that. I doubt it's on the 15th because that's my birthday. But anyways, it is basically just summarizing the first season in 2 movies. But that does not mean that they aren't working on Season 2, because Season 2 is actually currently in production. So, that is awesome. Can't wait to see what they do with Season 2. I love the first season. I tried reading the manga, but literally when I got to the chapter where I had caught up with the series, preteen girl titties, and that was weird, and it kind of threw me off. I might actually just pick it back up, because, you know, I have thicker skin than that. It's just whenever I first looked at it, I was fucking at work looking for the manga, and seeing as that was like one of the very first fucking images I found, that really threw me off. But yeah, going on from there, popular manga Black Lagoon is actually returning after a 4-year hiatus. The manga originally came out in 2012 and went on hiatus back in 2014. So I'm interested to see what they're going to be doing with that, and am excited to see that they are back. So, remember that special announcement I talked about a while ago from Dr. Stone? Well, surprise, it was a anime announcement that should be coming out in the summer of next year, which means that the next special announcement from Ace of Diamonds is going to be probably the same, and that's going to be announced on the 25th of this month. So, yeah, most likely expect the announcement from Ace of Diamonds, which is a popular, of course, the sports shonen, to be a new anime coming out probably in the summer of next year, just like Dr. Stone. And that's honestly all I wrote down for the anime and manga news this month. This week. I know what I'm saying, everybody. I'm not stupid. And now it is time to get into the comic book news. As always, I will be reading off the top 5 or 6 comics from each major publisher, and then Image Comics and other publishers underneath that, starting with DC because it's the best and alphabetical order. So, we are starting with Detective Comics 992. Oh my gosh, we are so close to 1,000 in Detective Comics. I know we just passed 1,000 a couple months ago for Action Comics. I'm excited to see what they're going to be doing for the 1,000th issue for this. I know they did a 700th issue special. I lent that out to someone who never gave it back to me, Jason. Was it Jason or was it Blake? One of those two. Damn you, cooks. Sorry, chefs. Then we've got Flash number 58, Wonder Woman number 58. You know, every time I think of the number 58, I remember whenever I was a kid, the channel 58 in, I think, Florida, for Cartoon Network was 58. That's always been like my association with that. Anyways, that's not important here or there. Titans number 29 and Mr. Miracle number 12. Whew. Then for Marvel, we've got Amazing Spider-Man number 9, Avengers number 10, Star Wars, Darth Vader number 23, which I think is getting canceled soon. I think they fired the writer. It might have been a different comic. That's another Star Wars comic, but I don't remember. Anyways, we've also got Fantastic Four number 3 and Spider-Man Deadpool number 41. Whew. And to round things up for the comics announcements from this last week, we've got Image Comics and others. Starting with Gideon Falls number 8, Oblivion Songs number 9, Birthright 33, The Beauty 25, and Hit Girl 10. Whew. Okay, so we've actually got a little bit of big news from Marvel, who is going to start a whole new event starting in, April of next year, called War of the Realms. It's going to be, of course, a Thor-based event, because who else talks about the 9 realms other than Thor? And it's going to feature every main series hero. Excited to see what they do with that. Fucking love some big crossover shit, like they did with AVX and the Infinity Wars and Infinite Possibilities and shit like that. Any hoozles, we got another Marvel announcement, which is a new series, which is featuring Hulk and Wolverine, to be a either continuation or related to the Weapon H comic from this last year. This comic is going to be starting in February and has one of the weirdest fucking names of all time. They are calling it Hulkverines. Not Hulkerines, not Hulk plus Wolverine, or, Hulk Wolverine. No, it's Hulkverines. It's so weird. Doesn't even roll off the tongue that well. But yeah, that's going to start in February. Dark Horse has announced that on March 23rd, they are going to be doing a official Hellboy Day for the 25th anniversary of the creation of Hellboy. So everybody mark your calendar, because I do believe that's also right before the release of the new Hellboy movie. Woo! I like Hellboy. He's a very interesting character. I know they just cast Lobster Johnson, but I couldn't for the life of me remember who the fuck they cast, because his name was so unimportant. I don't remember him from anything. Then we got Boom Studios is launching a new miniseries called Ronin Islands, which follows a couple of Ronin who are from, of course, the feudal era of Japan. It's going to be 5 issues long, and I don't remember writing down when it's going to start. It's probably going to be starting in February, because this is about the time in which everyone starts letting all their 3-month later shit going on. Any hoozles, Kelly Thompson is actually writing a brand new comic for Archie. It is a lighter toned Sabrina comic. Because of the hit popularity of the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix, and the fact that the Archie comic has been doing so well, they are doing a lighter-toned Sabrina comic, which will be following her moving to Greendale for the first time, and getting into high school antics under the tutelage of her aunts Hilda and Zelda. We got another announcement from Marvel. I forgot to put this in here. Old Man Quill. So they're giving Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, the Old Man Logan treatment, and starting his own little Old Man series. Interested to see what they do with this. I wonder if it's going to be as crazy and wacky as the original Old Man Logan. Honestly, I haven't read any of the new Old Man Logan, because I feel like the original one was such a perfect story upon itself. And then we've got some DC news, as in February they are starting a mini-series showing the struggle between Darkseid and the Female Furies. It will be called Female Furies, and will follow, of course, Big Berta and Granny Goodness. Interested to see what, of course, I'm interested to see what all this shit is. That's why I fucking put it in this podcast. Anyways, it'll be interesting to see what they do with this. Big Bird is a pretty interesting character. Of course, it's another one of Jack Kirby's amazing creations. Yeah. And then the last little bit of comic book news I have here is Stan Lee, before his death, worked with his daughter, J.C. Lee, on One Last Hero. The duo had named the hero Dirt Man. Not many clues about what this hero does, who this hero is, or what the story is about with him, but J.C. Lee has said that she wants to move forward with the character in honor of her father's memory and hopes that it will eventually be adapted into a feature-length film, much like all the Marvel movies. Yeah, whew. I think I remember reading in the article that they wanted to get back down and dirty to the basics, so they came up with Dirt Man. Yeah. And, I'm going to tack on this last little bit because in the last week, we've gotten several deaths from great individuals in pop culture history. And I just wanted to kind of honor a couple of them and the contributions they put towards everything. We, of course, lost the late great Stan Lee, who also recently got a tweet from the U.S. Army thanking him for his service back in what was it, like 1952 to 1956 or something like that? I don't know. You can look up the tweet. It's very interesting, very sad. Then we have Douglas Rain, who was the voice of HAL 9000 that we lost this week, and as well as William Goldman, who wrote screenplays for very many famous films, such as Flowers for Algernon and The Princess Bride, just to name a few of them. These men were all great and helped progress the movie and pop culture, of course, culture and history, and will always be remembered. I'm sorry, I can't let you do that, Dave. Shit like that, and, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. With great power comes great responsibility. All this other wonderful tidbits. Yeah. Anyways, this has been Nerds on Topic. Thank you all. Now it's time for, of course, the normal shillings. If you enjoy this podcast, please share it with a friend. If you want, you can follow the podcast on all social medias at Nerds on Topic. You can follow me personally on all social medias at Not Coffee, and that's coffee spelled with a K. If you enjoy the opening and outro music, you can follow my favorite DJ, Swa, on all social medias at Swa Music. And, of course, you can always email the podcast with any comments, suggestions, or tips that, you want. Or just say hi. Say that you like me. Validate my reason to exist. Yeah, you can do that at nerdsontopic@gmail.com. And I think that's everything. Thank you, Art and Jacob Do America, for supporting me. Thank you, Blizzard the Wizard and Eli the Human for all your interaction. And yeah, thank you all for listening. This has, of course, been Kevin, your solo nerd, and Nerds on Topic. And remember, we are not